have a special edition of Final Predictions. If Belal wins, I'll do it.
Yes, perfect.
But if I win... What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, and we have a special edition of Final Predictions. Obviously, there was some back and forth going on Twitter that I'm a horrible analyst, that Belal Muhammad said I suck, and I told him, you know what? It's like somebody saying Tom Brady sucks at football after all the mother championships that man has won. Now, here's how it's gonna go, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do, what was, I think, 4 picks, and we're gonna have a little tiebreaker. And just so everybody knows, I gave Belal the opportunity to say how he wanted to go. So Belal, you get the first pick. Who is your pick? And you got to give me analysis why. You got to give me the key to victories. Why do you think he's going to win? I don't want you just shooting fish in the barrel. Go ahead. First pick. Who you got?
All right, so I think I'm going to pick the Ortega against Diego Lopes fight. And with that fight, I think I'm going to go with Diego Lopes.
Ooh.
He's just been on a good run. Jiu-jitsu is really good. And I think that would be the only spot where Ortega would have a chance against them. But power-wise, I give it to Diego. He just comes out so fast. And I think Ortega's a slow starter. He gets hit a lot, and he's not very active. Diego, we've seen him fight any place, anywhere, anytime. And even taking that fight with Dan Ige on one-day notice, switching an opponent up on him. I think he took this fight personally. The fact that he changed weight classes for Ortega. Ortega missed weight and then still missed the fight. I think Diego is going to come out hard, and he's going to get the finish.
I love that. I was actually going to pick Brian Ortega. Reason why is because I feel like Brian Ortega is now hitting a point in his life where he's not fighting as much. Obviously, he did miss the last fight because of the weight issues, but I feel like Brian Ortega he's fought the championship fights, right? He's been, losing fights, and he keeps on pushing through. When he fought Alex Volkanovski, he kept on pushing through. When he was fighting Yair Rodriguez, he was losing that fight, but he kept on pushing through. So I think I would not be surprised if Brian Ortega gets hurt by Diego Lopes, because he likes to smother his opponents and force the fight. And we see him get hurt a lot, but we always see Brian Ortega brings out that dog when he fights. So Belal Muhammad is going with Diego Lopes. I'm going with Brian Ortega. This video is sponsored by PrizePicks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, PrizePicks is super simple to use. All you got to do is go to your app store on your phone, download it, and when you do that, make sure you use my promo code MIGHTY. They have a cool promotion going on right now. Play $5 and you win $50 no matter what happens in the game or the fight. And speaking of fights, UFC 306 Noches, the picks are out. Let me go through them, boys. And there's a couple that I like. I like this one, okay? Raul Rosa Jr., 17.5 significant strikes. Now, this was kind of hard. Once again, I always like my, how I'm looking at that fight. I like more in this. I think the guy he's taking on is extremely tough. And Raul, he is young, and he might come out there and try to be very, strategic when he throws those strikes. Also, when we look at the main event, Sean O'Malley, they have him landing 90.5 significant strikes. Honestly, I like less on that. Just the reason why is because Merab is going to have to take a little bit of damage, but if he gets to the point where he can get his hands on Sugar Sean O'Malley, I think he's going to take it to the ground and try to out wrestle him. Or if Sugar Sean O'Malley lands that one punch KO, I don't think he's going to make it to 90 significant strikes. Let's go to the takedowns. Now, I didn't believe that Merab was going to be able to take Henry Cejudo down 6 times, the Olympic gold medalist. They have him listed that he's going to land 4.5 or 5 takedowns. Whew. You know what? I like less on that because I feel he's not going to be able to get across the distance to get Sugar Sean O'Malley down. Or if you guys think he's going to be able to get across the void and be able to land those takedowns on Sugar Sean O'Malley, then go ahead, go with more. And remember, there is that free square. Caleb Williams, all he needs is 1 yard, and you guys win that square. And then you come over to the mixed martial arts, lock in something else, and boom, you just gotta lock in one more, and then you get a W. Thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the concept of Belal Muhammad, where he thinks he's gonna make better picks than your boy Mighty. Okay, now my next pick, I'm gonna go with the co-main event with Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Now, this one's very hard because the last fight went to a draw, and Valentina Shevchenko has always been someone who's impressed me because when she was a champion, she always continued to get better. She would fight, the stand-up artist with Amanda Nunes, and she would have close fights with her, even though she came up on the losing end. She threw homegirl, and she armbarred her. I'm like, okay, this is somebody who's continuing to get better as a champion. Then you have Alexa Grasso, where she is very good at her boxing. When they fought one time, she would go 1-2, switch to southpaw, and land that left hand. But for me, my pick for this one's going to be, this one's hard. You know what? Since we're having a competition, I'm going to go with Valentina Shevchenko. I feel like she's older. I feel like she has more wisdom in the fight game. And I think she's going to come out and, I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot because you look at their last fight, she would try to wrestle Alexa and Alexa would stuff the shot. But I'm going to go with Valentina Shevchenko because I think she has the more experience and the wisdom. She is older. And I think with her older age, the wisdom comes. I think she's going to sit back, look at those 2 previous fights, but okay, this is where I was beating her. I made a mistake the first time we fought by throwing a spinning back kick. She got my back. She choked me out. And the second fight, I got caught when she was switching stances, and I wasn't able to secure the takedown. And when I did, I couldn't control her. She would scramble up, get back to her feet, and the fight would ensue. So I think now she's going to sit back, look at the game plan, and come out with a stronger one. Your turn, baby.
I love this because I was going to go with Alexa. I love Alexa in this fight. The same way you describe Valentina as, veteran, older in the game, I just think that she doesn't get better anymore. She's doing the same stuff over and over again now. And I think she's not burnt out, but I think she's at that point where she's close to it and she just wants to get this fight. Even with that last fight, I think Alexa's getting better. She's growing. The first fight, it was just straight up boxing. And then she caught her with that choke. And that team right now, that team's running hot. She's on the card with Diego Lopes. He's running hot. I think her grappling's been getting better every fight. Her game plan has been getting better every fight. She's just a lot cleaner now. Valentina's obviously faster. She has really nice kicks. She's been in the game. She's been at the top for so long. But I just think that Alexa, she just wants it more right now. She does not want to give her this belt, especially on Mexican Independence Day. Valentina didn't want to fight on this day. She's having a fight there. All the crowd's going to be there. The energy in Vegas is going to be all for Alexa. And I think it's going to make Valentina uncomfortable. She doesn't want that. She already said it vocally that she didn't want that. So I don't think it's going to be a good week for her.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Valentina Shevchenko, I'm going for her. And then you have Alexa Grasso in Belal Muhammad's stable. Okay, now it's your turn to make a pick. Now, I told Belal before we started this, I'm not going to go through the whole fucking fight card because I don't know everybody on the whole fucking fight card. We'll do the 3 main one, and we'll do, a tiebreaker, essentially whoever else you want to go. But now it's his turn. Belal, make your next pick.
Main event.
All right, here we go.
Honestly, when I look at this card, if you asked me maybe a month ago, I would say Merab's going to wrestle him. Merab is on another level recently with the last fight, especially beating Cejudo the way he won. But I've swayed. I'm picking O'Malley in this fight. I think he's a sharpshooter. He's so good at moving laterally. Merab gets hit a lot in a lot of his fights, and he's been rocked a lot. He's a machine, so he'll walk through those punches. But I just think that O'Malley hits differently than everybody he's fought. And I know he probably has so much confidence after knocking out Aljo, who I think has better striking than Merab. Merab is very wild when he runs in. And even with his takedowns, he'll sacrifice defense just to shoot in and grab a hold of you. Once he grabs a hold of you, it's going to be a long night. But I just think that O'Malley has known he was going to be fighting him for a while now. He's been training for him. He knows how to do that backstep. He has so much power backstepping and hitting him. I think I see Merab walking into something. And especially for this last month of stuff that Merab's just been posting, I think he's been doing too much social media, thinking about promoting and being a character instead of training hard for the fight, where you're getting stitches, you're showing you're getting stitches, then you're taking them out with the scissors, then you're drinking at Mexico, then you're showing all of this stuff does not need to be documented. All of this stuff does not need to be posted. But I think now I feel like he's in that social media mindset, right? Where it's not that hunger anymore. It's not, this is my first time getting the title shot. It took me this long to get here. I can't let the opportunity pass me up. It's, let me show the UFC that I can be sold. I can sell myself. I can do this. And you're thinking about other stuff instead of the goal, which is to win the fight. So I think with O'Malley here, he doesn't have to do any of the extra stuff. He knows what he has to do. And Merab has to be perfect for 25 minutes. All O'Malley has to do is land one shot.
All Okay, well, I had Sean O'Malley, but you know what? I'm going to pick opposite of you. I'm going to go ahead and go with Merab. I like both guys. But since you picked Sean O'Malley, I'm going to tell you how Merab can get the fight done and potentially become the new bantamweight champion of the world. So I agree with you on all fronts. I think Merab has to be perfect for 25 minutes, where Sean O'Malley, all he needs is that that right hand when Merab's trying to get across the void. But one of the things that Merab does do is that he has that endless gas tank, right? We both can agree on that. He has that endless gas tank. If he can get the opportunity to get his hands across the void and get his hands on Sean O'Malley, it can make for a long night. My gut's telling me it's probably going to be the hardest fight because Sean O'Malley is so good with his feints, his lateral movement. He has a range advantage. And as I sit here and I'm analyzing, it's going to be very hard for Merab, but I believe in Merab. I believe that Merab understands he's going to have to take a lot of shots in order to get to Sugar Sean O'Malley. But the X factor is going to be what happens when Merab gets to Sean O'Malley. I didn't think Merab was going to out-wrestle fucking Henry. I didn't think he was going to outwork Henry Cejudo. So he shocked me there. And I feel like we could potentially see an upset. Since you picked Sean O'Malley, I'm going to go ahead and ride with Merab. Now, it's my pick for the final one. I'm going to go with, as I don't know anybody else on the card, I'm going to go with the sensational Raul. I think Raul, he's running hot. It's Mexican Independence Day. It is UFC Noches the Spear. And I think he's going to have a lot of, the Mexican crowd there. The Mexicans sending the energy like Goku on the Spirit Bomb. So I'm going to go with him. I think he's on a hot streak. Young kid. I think the sky's the limit. I'm going to go with him.
All right, so for my outside pick, I'm going with my boy, my teammate, Ignacio Bahamondes. He's on the prelims of this card, but you want to watch this kid. He has 3 highlight reel knockouts in the UFC, and the kid's only 24 years old. So this is the kid to watch, keep an eye for, especially in the Sphere. I think he's going to go out there and he's going to show out. And for any fight fans, you want to tune into his fight. He's the best striker I've ever gone with. He's been my Stephen Thompson. He's been my Leon Edwards. Anytime I have an opponent that's a striker, he mimics them to the T. But I do think he's going to be the best striker in the UFC at some point in his career. But people are going to be surprised this weekend when they watch how he fights.
I love it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the board has been set. We have made our picks. Now, remember, this is Belal Muhammad calling my black ass out, okay? I don't want the smoke, but I do believe in my analysis. And like I said before, I thought Leon Edwards was going to beat the bricks off his gentleman, but then he proved my black ass wrong. And I'm not a man who says I get it right all the time. And I told his ass I'm not going to apologize because I still stick by my word. I did think Leon Edwards was going to beat his ass. Now that I have him on the camera doesn't mean I'm just going to apologize, even if I do lose this bet. But, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host of the show. Okay. Oh, here we go.
As you said, you're calling it a bet, right? Fuck.
Oh, shit.
You have to fuck. What's the point of me having a studio hand if he's not fucking making sure my camera's in focus?
Hey, you be nice. Yeah. You be nice to Nick. Damn it. It's hired help.
But okay, so as you said, a friendly bet, right? We need some kind of wager, right? What's a good friendly wager where the loser could do something? I can't think of something, but if you guys have any good ideas that isn't, if DJ loses, you have to get back into MMA.
What the fuck? No, Belal, I'll let you choose. An apology isn't going to happen. But what do you want, Belal, if you win? What do you want?
We have an Instagram post dedicated to the winner.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Collab. I like this. So that whoever's the winner, they could collab whatever it is. You could have, we have a graphic guru, Med. We can maybe have something made. Belal, you maybe we'll have Med make it. Belal,
no,
you send me a text. We'll have Med be a trader. Whoever wins.
Nope, I already got it.
Shared on the collab. You already know.
I already got it. If Belal wins, I'll do an Instagram post on the main post of Belal with his belt being raised, and I'm like, I'll never forget the name, Belal Muhammad.
Yes, perfect.
But I'll say Belal Muhammad, never forget the name, or never forget the name, Belal Muhammad, and just a picture. I'll send you the picture. Make sure you're happy with it, or you can send me the picture of you with the UFC gold around your waist, and you get on Mighty.
Yeah, let's go. I'm down with that.
Okay, but if I win. You can do the same shit. I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care. I just love creating content and getting people involved and having fun.
I'm down with it, brother.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this special edition of Final Predictions. As always, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know we go live, and we will see you guys at the next episode. Oh, no, make sure you come back here as I'll be doing my live instant reaction. And make sure you guys come back next week. We did an amazing Mighty Cast with Belal Muhammad, where we had a nice in-depth conversation, talk about his career, and finally getting that title shot and winning the gold against Leon Edwards. Belal, is there anything you want to promote before we let you go?
Nah, appreciate you guys, man. Good luck to all my fighters Saturday, man. Don't let me down.
Do let him down. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one, and come back here for the instant reaction. Cheers.